So when you talk about healers, right, there's a lot of healers that I know, especially like yoga teachers, where it's like, oh, I don't want to charge for my services. Where does that come from? Not wanting to charge for service.
Oh, it depends on the person. I can't
Yeah.
just generalize because it depends on the person's, again, like, ancestral, cultural, racial background, but also like what my specialty and where I go is the individual, and it
Hmm.
goes as far as like inner child healing. And we each stay in our lane, and every lane is precious and important, and one leads
Yeah.
to the other, and we can come into inner child healing from ancestral healing or vice versa, right? So
Hmm.
from my perspective, not wanting to charge can have multiple facets. That could be an issue of not wanting people to leave you. This could be an abandonment issue. It could be a self-worth issue. It could be a situation where we don't trust that good things happen for us. Like, if I charge,
Mm.
then bad things will happen. If good things happen, then bad things are going to happen, right? Like that other
Yeah.
shoe thing. And then the charging might also bring up unintegrated or undigested money things that that person healer has, to where we're doing it for free and it's fun, and now I'm charging. It's bringing up a lot of like icky money feelings, and we might not put one and two together, but it might feel heavy. And it's
Hmm.
because one of the things that are underlying these behavioral issues is stuck emotions, unmetabolized emotions that could be decades, years old. So charging, just a matter of like putting a dollar amount to a service that you give, or putting a dollar amount to an hour of your time, that can bring up so much, so much. And pricing our services is like a podcast episode on its own. It's actually a program, even not even a podcast episode on its own, because it can bring up layers and layers and layers of all the things that I mentioned. But like a lot of times, what I see is that abandonment, and it's the same issue that comes up with like, I'm too scared to use a call to action inside of my captions, or I'm too scared of like bringing up polarizing things in my newsletter or on my podcast or whatever. That's not. I speak these things not because I'm sitting on my like throne and saying you and you and you.
Yeah.
No, I've lived through all of this, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm down there in the trenches with everyone, right? So a lot of times we're scared to price because it's polarizing. We're scared to speak our minds because it's polarizing. Why? Because people might leave us.